Afternoon, it's Friday the 13th, the dreaded Friday the 13th, and it is 12:14. We are late for the store as usual. The reason why we're late this morning is Pamela and I, well, Pamela specifically, has been dealing with a lot of order stuff and trying to get everything organised. I know there's been a lot of people contacting us the last couple of days trying to see what we're up to and where their orders are and stuff like that, but this is the reason why we're late all the time, is because Pamela ends up sitting having to reply to a lot of customers and we don't get the chance to actually get to the store, which is a bit of a pain in the ass because we'd like to be able to be in the store, be able to do the job that we're actually meant to do in the store instead of having to do it at home. Now, that's not a dig at ourselves, that's not a dig at the customers, it's just the way that the things are. It's the way of life. That is the way of life. So, happy new haircut.
Oh, thank you.
It's very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Makes you look a wee bit younger.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe about 6 months.
Oh, thank you.
Right, so anyway, right, we're just about to try and get up to the store, try and get in touch with everybody that has to get in touch with, and then yeah, we'll tune back in when we actually get to the store. Well, look at that, we made it to the store. It is now 12:28. We are 28 minutes late and we still haven't got the shutter up. I'm going to go and get one of the pups, because obviously we have to bring the pups to work at the moment. So I'll go and get one of them. Right, who's coming with me? Right, you come with me. Say hello to your fans. She's at, no paparazzis. Right, let's go and get started.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance. I've been trying to cope since you ran away. I've been feeling lost, I've been feeling pain. And no matter what I do, I just feel like I do what I do for you. I tried to call the doctor, it didn't help. Took a trip out to the sun to revive myself. But no matter what I do, I just feel like I do what I do for you. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance.
Well, hello again. Finally managed to get off the machine today. Today seems to be a day for skate sharpenings. It's 3:39. So we have had, I think we had 4 pairs of skates, or 4 steels from North Air Junior Development. They brought their steels in again. Usually I pick them up on a Thursday night when I go through to train with the Urban Flyers. That's one of the reasons why I go through and train there, is because I've obviously got steels to pick up and I can kill 2 birds with the 1 stone. So I can go in for a skate and pick up some work at the same time. So they actually brought them to the store today, which was a turn up for the books, which was quite nice. We've had multiple skate sharpenings, probably, I think I did 8 pairs of 3/8s, and then I did 7 pairs of 1/2 inch, and then I done the in-between sharpenings that I do as well. Just very well, Pamela's on the phone, so I'm not talking over the top of her. But yeah, so that's all the sharpenings that have been done so far, and we're in the process of just waiting for some other work to come in. Pamela's obviously dealing with customers and stuff like that just now, so I'll come off this to now, give her the privacy for her phone calls. So now Pam's off the phone, I can actually come back to you and tell you what's actually happened today so far. So Pam has been absolutely busy with the customers as usual. She's dealing with a lot of loose ends that she's been tying off, and she's obviously been getting in touch with the customers to let the customers know that their stuff is going to either be here before Christmas, or the unfortunate news that some of the stuff might not be here before Christmas. Have you had to upset anyone yet and let them know?
No one yet.
There we go, let me get you in. There you go.
Nobody yet. I think I have a few things that I might not be able to find in time. As long as my European orders come in time and I've got CCM to ship. That's the biggest one that's left to ship, and then I've got a wee Warrior order to tie up at the very end because we're waiting on Lorry Stick coming in, but there is a handful of bags that's needed, so I might put a wee tiny order through just to catch the bags and then catch Lorry Stick when it comes in, but it's not dated to come into the 19th, so if it doesn't come in till late on in the 19th, we're cutting it fine to ship it before Christmas Eve, because with it being a stick I need to add 6 to the box.
Yep.
So
well, that's the thing I was going to tell you, that I was trying to say to you earlier on when I was on with the Flyers last night. There's a couple of guys looking for sticks, so I'll talk to you about that off camera, and you can then get in touch with them and see what they're looking for.
A whole load of sticks coming in with CCM, hopefully, and I'll bulk up the rack with some Warriors then if I've got to add to Laurie's box.
Right, okay. Well, it's
I'm not allowed to tell his wife about, so
right,
we'll need to edit that out. Sorry, Laurie.
I'll just, what I'll do is, by the time it comes out, I don't know, what is that on the phone going again? Right, you better answer the phone, I'll cut this off just now. So we did plan on having a big conversation with you guys about telling you what has actually been happening in the last little while with the store, but apparently pups are more important. I say that, pups are more important. Obviously the customer orders are important. We're just I'm just being sarcastic as usual. But I'm going to go and check, see what these are up to. They've got a habit of peeing. Yeah, there we go, they're peeing my mat. I have been letting them out today. I have been taking them out the back door. Pamela has been doing the same, but they have got an affinity with the mat right in front of the skate sharpening machine. Yes, Lily, can I help you? No, you can't have my skate towel. No. Thank you. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how stressed out are you?
Very.
How busy are you?
Very.
Is that why we're only getting 1 more dancers? See, it makes a difference for me being really busy and getting 1 more dancers for me. I'm only kidding, Pamela's always busy. So just quickly, how's your day been?
Very stressful, very, I'm late for the kids.
You're late for the kids?
Yep, very stressful, very busy. Haven't had my lunch. It's 26 minutes past 5, I was supposed to be there 6 minutes ago. But it's okay, it's fine.
I've still got work to do, so that's why I'm still here. Plus I still have to go and empty the car. I forgot to go and take the stuff to the tip yesterday. Silly me. What time does the tip shut?
5:30, 6.
Oh well, I've missed it. Right, well, anyway, for Friday, that's us finished. I don't really think there's anything else that I can really talk about other than the fact that I got 1 set of steels from Urban Flyers and I have to sharpen them, which I've already done, and I've got them to take home to put in my kit bag for next time. So I better give Pam a hand out with the dogs, and they're going to go and I'm going to hoover. and tidy up for tomorrow. So see you then. So originally I thought I was away, but I decided to go on a bit of a cleaning spree, as you've probably already seen. I've already hoovered everywhere, I'm just about to change the bins. I've already hoovered out the machine as well, because the machine gets a bit dirty, obviously, with all the grinding dust, and inside has a big filter that has to get changed every now and then, because if you don't change it, it'll go on fire, and if you don't change it, it goes on fire, then you can't sharpen skates. Now, there is a funny story that there was a rink that I used to work in, will remain nameless, and the rink basically forgot to clean the machine and kept sharpening and sharpening and sharpening and sharpening, and then the motor finally went on fire for the extractor. So what they did is they removed the extractor and then decided to put a Henry Hoover inside it. That was their extractor. It wasn't very good, and then they finally moved it up to a Cartier or something like that, like a proper Hoover. Not that Henry isn't a good hoover, but obviously for that kind of application it was probably a lot better for that, but it still didn't have as good an extractor as the one that I have. So one of the main things that I've learned over the years is if you treat your machine very well by cleaning it, a clean machine is a happy machine, because the machines run round the clock over and over and over and over and over again. The Blade Master machines are just brilliant in my opinion. That's why I've got two. I've got one at home and I've got obviously the big one in the store. But anyway, that is now me finished for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. Guess who forgot the camera? Hence why we have a very short vlog. So I've had a bit of a nightmare. This here is the last of my custom sticks. I say it's the last of my custom sticks. Everybody knows that I always keep one from every batch. I don't want to use them right now because I'm trying to hold on to them for as long as possible, just in case I can't get other sticks sorted. So unfortunately, at the moment, I have the task of 3 sticks. I have a Sherwood Wrecker, which is from the custom batches that I had done years and years and years ago, which is a different lie from everything I'm using. I've got Pro SLs, I've got 2 of them. I've got one from my batch and one from my friend's batch that I managed to acquire. I actually, at this moment in time, I managed to find, I spoke about this before on a different vlog, I managed to find Nexus 1Ns, the SE versions, which are the European version of the Nexus from a couple of seasons ago. They are a special edition, so they're basically made a bit more durable, a little bit heavier, stuff like that. So my plan today is to try and modify all of these sticks that I have in some way, shape or form to make it the same as my custom curve. Now, for the eagle-eyed viewers, you would maybe just think, oh, that just looks like a PO2 and from a Bauer or a Lidstrom from an Old Easton or whatever else. It's not, unfortunately. It's very, very similar to it, but if you actually have a wee look at it, I'll see if I can get it to sit still. There's more of a curve in this part, it's deeper in this section and it's more closed at the toe, so it works for me. It's worked for me for the last 13 years since we have been using custom sticks, or I have been using custom sticks for the last 13 years. I've been using the core variants all the way up to the model, the Trigger 5. Unfortunately, through COVID, when I had my order in for Trigger 6s and Trigger 7s, they never came because obviously COVID had shut the factories. So I never actually got them. So now we're on Trigger 9s, and unfortunately I can't get in them anymore. And the reason being is they've discontinued my curve. Now I spoke about this before, and they're looking for £850 for a curve to be made for me. I'm not willing to pay £850 for a curve just to play rec. So what I've actually started doing is I've started looking to see if I can find some different brands of sticks that I would be able to use. It's hard considering I've used a CCM stick for nearly 13 years now. I have dabbled in maybe a couple of different sticks, testing them, product testing and stuff like that, but obviously at the moment I would prefer to use a CCM. It's just my preference. I like the rub cores, I like the way they kick, I like the way they feel. They're not exactly the lightest of sticks, but they are not too bad. So one of the things I'm going to do today is I am going to try and heat the blade up, which is a cardinal sin. Please do not try this at home. I'm going to try and heat the blade up, and I'm going to clamp 2 custom blades together onto a standard lustrum to try and get it to take the same shape as my custom, just to see if it can get me by at the moment. The last time I did this with the Pro SLs, I managed to get it to somewhere very, very, very close, but I then had to change and alter the lie of the stick as well, which made the blade a little bit softer, unfortunately, and I only got maybe about a month or 2 out of them, which is not very good considering the fact that the CCM sticks that I've had from pre-COVID. Like I say, the batch issue with CCM at the moment is they are looking for £850 for the curve to be made, and they're also looking for me to buy them in 12 because they're full custom. They're not going to be able to get them in the length that I'm looking for either. Now, again, I'm 6'4", I use a 67-inch stick. Now, the thing is I actually get them at 67 inches at 110 flicks and then cut 4 inches off them. 3 inches off them, so they're 64-inch length, and that gives me the flex that I need because they've stopped making 120 flex, which I used to use. Now, yes, you might think that's a bit excessive with how hard the flex that is. The reason why I do that is because I personally like a really stiff stick. For someone that shoots the way I shoot, if I have something softer, I tend to go through them. So there is now a possibility I'm going to have to change curve. There is a possibility I'm now going to have to change lie, and there's now a possibility I'm going to have to change brand as well as flex. So I'm not overly happy when it comes to sticks at the moment. So I'm going to try and see if I can get this done. I might try and see if I can time lapse it. Knowing the fact that I don't have the other camera, it's going to be quite difficult, but I will try and do my best and try and see if I can get as much footage as possible. Right, so here we go. This is a contraption. So the blade, the Nexus stick has been het up, and not overly het up, it's just het up a little bit. And then obviously there's a ripcord blade here and a ripcord blade here, and it's to try and get that middle part here the same. The reason I find it difficult with a lot of blades is they're just too straight, and I don't like P92 really. I know everybody thinks that that's a great curve, and I know everybody likes these P28s as well. The 28s are just, the lie is totally off, so I need to kind of watch what I'm using when it comes to lie. Being a taller guy, quite an upright skater, so that's why I like an upright lie. So this is where it's going to get interesting. Wait till you see the lie on this stick when I finally get it out of the wrapper. Right, so I managed to get my Sherwood EK15 out of the wrapper in between dealing with customers and stuff like that, so I've got it out and I'm going to show you the difference. This is where I find it really difficult with lies of sticks. Now, I'll get into depth about this because I think it's something that a lot of people don't necessarily think of when they buy a stick. You look at the heel is pretty evenly matched, and then if you look at the Warrior blade, the Warrior blade is a lot higher than the Sherwood blade. The Sherwood blade is a custom one. It's been customised because I feel personally that the blades are just not the right lie for taller people. Now, they don't take into account taller people, I don't think, when it comes to sticks anyway. Now, if I'm going to turn this stick round, and I'm going to show you the differences in height as well, because when I get custom sticks, being 6'4", a lot of people would say, why don't you just use a 64-inch stick? Well, they don't make a lot of sticks in 64. So here is the difference. The Warrior stick on the left is a 63 and the EK15 is a 64 or a 65. Now that helps because if you then look in the mirror, when I go to then cut my stick down, my stick is just under my chin, so I only have to take the white part off from here, off that. Now that difference in this part here, that little difference of a couple of inches, I know everybody's going to make their own personal jokes here that every inch helps when it comes to a stick, but with regards to my hockey sticks, being the size that I am and the build that I am, I always like a slightly longer stick than everybody else. And when you have to then start putting, say for example, extensions into your stick, it's going to start throwing off the flex, and that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for something that's actually going to be the right height, the right flex for what you're actually looking for at the time. Now, I know I'm busy saying that here, but there is an issue with regards to my sticks. When I was saying about the custom sticks I was getting from CCM, I actually had to ask them to make me them in 67 inches. I would cut 3 inches off them for 6, so they were 64 inch. I would get them in 110 flex and then cut that 3 inches off them, which would make them anywhere roughly about 115 or 120 flex. The reason being is they stopped making 120 flex because everybody, like myself, the relics of the old age, we would like to have a really, really stiff stick with a heel curve. Most people now are using a really soft stick with a toe curve. They're shooting off the toe, they're shooting differently, the lies are different because everyone's getting closer and lower to the ground. Now, the older you get, a bit like myself, your back seizes up, and then what happens is you end up being a wee bit more upright. So the more upright I've got, the higher the lie the stick's got. So with regards to that, that's why my sticks are a 7.5 lie. Now the Sherwood stick I've actually got through just there, that is an 8 lie, and that's slightly too high. That was when I was going through issues with my back before. I had constant back spasms, I was having major problems, I was locking up all the time, till I started to go and see my friend Horace at Bridgewere Chiropractic, who managed to sort my hips and sort my back, so I was able to then not have to have such a high lie on my stick. He was able to get me a wee bit more flexible, but because we've been so busy in the last little while, I've not been able to go and see Horace, so my back's starting to stiffen up again. So when you then look at the lie on a standard Warrior stick with a Lidstrom curve, which is obviously different from what I'm actually meant to be using, it's a little bit straighter, you find that lie is a 5.5. So then that's what Warriors say it is. Warriors put that as one of the higher lies at 5.5. When you actually look at it, it's probably like a 7. Now, standard Bowers come in a 7 as well, which is no use to me because I need a 7.5. That's just the way I feel. I feel a lot more comfortable with that kind of stick and that kind of lie. And when you get used to something, when you've been using it for all of that amount of time, and then you can't get it anymore, that's when panic stations start to kind of set in. Now, I'm busy saying that panic stations are setting in. I don't have any sticks left. I've already said earlier on in the vlog that I do have a couple of sticks left over. And when I say I've got a couple of sticks left over, it's every one of the rib cores that I've had made. So there's technically, at the moment, there's 5 batches of rib cores that I've had. So from the Reebok rib core, the 25k, whatever, all the rest of them, all the way up. I think I've got the 2, the 3 and the 5. I never got, like I said, the 6, the 7, the 8 or the 9 as of yet, and I won't be able to get them, unfortunately. So I am in the process of looking for someone else to be able to make me sticks in 110 flex at my specific length with the specific curve that I'm using. I like a low kick point stick as well, so one of the things I'm going to end up having to do, I think, is I'm going to give Warrior a bash. I really like the SL Pro Customs that they did. And obviously the way that Warrior work is you've got a really low kick point in your QRs, and then you've got a kind of slightly higher low kick point in your alphas, which again might work as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to need to try them. I tried them in 85 flex before. I thought they were actually quite nice to use, but they were obviously very, very, very whippy, and I'm not that kind of guy. Old school defender, you should say. Stone hands. Hasn't got really hands like McDavid, shall you say, but I personally like a stiffer stick. I just find it for control a lot better, and especially for shooting. I can load up the stick a little bit more. And then obviously you've got the Novium from Warrior as well, which has now come out as a mid kick stick, even though originally I think it was marketed as a hybrid kick. But we'll need to see. I'll make a decision at some point when I finally can afford to get some new sticks. We'll see what I can do. But for December just now, I must say we are very, very, very quiet. I don't know if that's something to be worried about or if it's going to start to pick up again. We have seen a lot of orders online, and we have had quite a few orders in store. Right now it's 3:20 in the afternoon and it's absolutely dead. But anyway, I'm going to tie in with Pamela just now because you're probably fed up with me ranting, and see what Pamela's got to say.
You're going to have me ranting?
Yeah, so what has been happening?
It's been a consistent day, but a quiet day. Yesterday was really, really busy.
There's another empty.
Sorry.
I
don't really know what to say. It's been quiet and we're dealing with it as best we can. You take the quiet days with the busy days, and much prefer a busy day, but it's Saturday and there probably should be about a million things I should be doing, but I've kind of run out of steam this week, so... It
has been one of the weeks though. It's definitely been one of the weeks where it has been a run out of steam day.
Exhausted this morning. I got up, made coffee, sat down with the dogs, they went mental, and I thought I could just go back to bed. Then the kids got up, they came down, they did their thing.
So I was obviously, Pamela's talking about that. I'll never get back in the house until after 1 o'clock last night because I was on for a skate. When I came home, I managed to get something to eat, put the dogs to their bed and all that kind of stuff, and then I went to bed and I was still awake at 4:30 and I had to go and let the dogs out at 4:30, and then I was woken up at 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning with 2 fighting kids outside of my room.
So they weren't fighting, they were in the room pulling out the toys.
Yeah, so I got woke up, and then I got woke up with Pamela screaming, "You're going to wake your dad up?" No, Pamela woke your dad up. So it's one of the days where
I was wedged under the dog.
I feel like I've got eyes like a dog's strangly bits again. They're more than your granny's knuckles.
Well, I lay down in the couch. I thought it's 10:30. I've got half an hour before I need to go and get my shower, and I just lie on the couch. So the 3 dogs crawled on beside me and we all crashed out, and then Sammy decided it was time to pull out his kinetic sand.
So that was everywhere.
Sand everywhere.
I suppose we better talk about some hockey stuff. We have had a couple of customers again. This is becoming very, very prevalent in the last couple of weeks where customers just don't seem to have the patience. Now, they've been warned because of the time of year, they've been warned because of the stocking issues and stuff like that. Things will take slightly longer than normal, and we're finding right now one of our suppliers, who won't be named, has held up an order. We were originally meant to have it posted out on Friday, but it's not been sent out on Friday, and there's over how many pairs of skates in it and accessories? 30 odd pairs of skates that we're waiting on at this precise moment in time, and we've had 2 or 3 customers losing their mind because things have been delayed. I understand it's getting closer to Christmas, I understand that people want their stuff, and I understand people think that we sit and just do this all day and we don't do any work, but we work goddamn hard for what we have. And I'm telling you right now, we're not taking the mickey when it comes to your order. We are trying our hardest to get stuff, but some of the suppliers are in just as hard a place as what we are at the moment. There's one of the suppliers, and it specifically is now down to 2 people that are working there. You find a lot of these suppliers genuinely only have maybe 1 or 2 people that are working there. You get someone that deals with the orders and someone that packs the orders. And unfortunately there's a lot of layoffs that's been happening in the last little while, or there's people decided to move on and they've not been replaced because they don't know the systems, and it's going to have a detrimental effect to their business and a detrimental effect to the supply chain. So you say it's just one of these things. It happens every other year. Someone leaves, then they bring someone else in, they get trained up, and then they decide to get either they get scunnered with a job, or they decide that they made a decision that they're going to go elsewhere, they're going to do something different. So anyway, Pamela, you've been thrilling as always.
I was talking, but you...
It's unusual that you get spoken over, isn't it?
Is it unusual?
It's unusual, isn't it? Yes. Is it? Hey, well, tell them something that they would like to know about their orders and your processes and stuff like that, and what you've been doing. Good job. There we go. Happy days. You managed.
Well, right. I'm having a sleepy day. Yesterday, all I felt like I did was talk to people about equipment, and I've ran out of words today.
That's definitely not like Pamela, but you don't usually get Pamela without being able to talk. Right, so I'm going to go on with doing some work on these sticks and see if we can get something sorted, so I'll catch up with you in a little while. Most of my sticks, as I've showed you, they're not long enough. We have run out of extensions at this moment in time. All of the stick blade extension or stick extensions that I had, we sold, and all the extra ones I had for my custom sticks I've had to use for other people's sticks. So now I've managed to get a couple of butt end offcuts which I kept spare just in case, and I'm now going to make myself some butt ends. But before we go and make the butt ends, it's not a vlog without a puppy update. A pup date, shall we say. What you saying, Cheeky?
We're driving downtown, foot pushed on the pedal. Move to songs we play together. Feel like we're on holiday. I got a feeling it's a good day. We're driving downtown, foot pushed on the pedal. Move to songs we play together. Feel like we're on holiday. I got a feeling it's a good day.
So I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse of the woodworking that was getting done on the machine. I know a lot of people will be probably perturbed or upset at the fact that I was using the cross grind for that, but I would rather use a cross grind, spend a wee bit of time and do it properly, than have to try and do it woodworking wise. I have got chisels and stuff like that I can use to be able to do the job, but I was just lazy today. So we've now got it ready to go get fitted. So what we're going to do now is get it het up, get it put in, and then get it cut to length. So that's us finished for tonight. I say that's us finished for tonight. Just looking at the time, it's 4:52. We're still technically open. We'll be open till 5 o'clock because, well, just in case there's a last person comes in for a skate sharpening. But while I've been, obviously, you've seen the time lapse of me working on the buttons or the extensions. I've managed to get 2 finished. So that's 2 now cut perfectly to size, perfectly finished off, that I'm now going to put them in my sticks. And watch, this will be probably either too long or just slightly too short, but it doesn't really matter. I say it doesn't really matter. It obviously matters because I am very, very, very pernickety when it comes to sticks. But anyway, I'm going to get them put in and then I'll come back to you once I've got them in. Right guys, so that is 5:37. Just quickly going to show you that Pamela is actually doing the bins for the first time in her life in this store. Kidding on, she works really hard. I say that and you think it's satire. It's no satire, it's truth. She works really, really hard. So anyway, here we have 4 sticks ready. This one here had to be altered at the heel because the lie was slightly off from the other sticks that I had been using. So I done a little bit of grinding on it, changed the shape of it, and obviously finished it off. It's now ready for use. Right, next one. The bower stick has been curved. It's a little bit more deeper than what it has been previously, and the 2 warrior sticks have been curved as well, so they are now more like my custom curve. They're obviously slightly different lie wise, but the curve's slightly better. 2 extensions have been put in them as well, and the sticks are now ready for use. Just need to tape them and hopefully not break them over someone. I'm going to get going. Pam's obviously interested in saying something.
No, she's cleaning in your stuff. Very bold and brave in her old age. Can I help you with something? I think she likes hockey gloves.
Yeah, she's got a thing for hockey gloves already. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like this vlog, please like, share and subscribe. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube and X. So until next time, take it easy, keep it cold-blooded.